I am making twice baked potato casserole, and I don't know who's more excited about it, me or my best friend Andrea, but we're going for it. So I have, what is that, 10 red potatoes that we are going to sprinkle a little vegetable oil over. And then we're going to sprinkle a little salt over. And I got more salt on the table than I did on the potatoes. Alright, prickle the fork. Let the steam out. And then we're going to put them in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. Our baked potatoes are out of the oven. So we're going to let these cool down. Then we'll cut them up and we'll start getting our loaded twice baked potato casserole ready. The potatoes have been baked once. So now we got to work on bacon. I cut it up into tiny slices. And then I take a very hot pan and I separate all of the slices and we're just going to fry up some bacon until it's nice and crispy, because nobody likes chewy bacon. At least nobody I know. So in this casserole we use about 8 to 10 medium red potatoes that are baked and a pound of bacon. I get thick cut. You can get whatever you like, and you don't even have to make your own bacon. They make cut bacon that's already cooked and in bacon bits for you already, so you can skip this step if you want to. And then I take a regular wooden spoon, stir it around to get it to cook on all sides. And this will take about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes depending on how hot your pan is and how crispy you want your bacon. So our bacon is just about done. Be mindful it burns quickly. So you're going to turn off the heat and head over. We drain the bacon grease. My mother-in-law keeps it. I think it's in the game room. Go get it. My mother-in-law keeps the grease and makes white bread with it, so we always save it in a jar anytime we cook bacon. To assemble the twice baked potato casserole, first we need to grease our pan so that when the cheese melts it doesn't get stuck to the sides and you can't get your casserole out, because that's no fun. Then we're going to take about half of the potatoes that we have diced, so they're here, and spread them out on in a single layer. Now you can take the skins off the potatoes if you really don't like them. We happen to like them in my family, so I just keep them on. And then I have a tablespoon of salt. You're not going to use all of it. I just like to keep it out. Sprinkle it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, whatever tastes good to you. We're going to sprinkle bacon. About half of what you've cooked. And then I have 3 cups of sour cream. We are going to put about half of it in a layer on the casserole. And I'm going to use an offset spatula to kind of spread it around. But you can do however. This is one of those, kind of a free form, so whatever makes you happy. And then I have 4 cups of Colby Jack cheese. You can use whichever cheese you like. This is what we use in my house, so you're going to sprinkle about half of it. So about 2 cups. And then start over. Potatoes. And you're going to use basically the rest of the potatoes that you have. salt, pepper, yummy bacon, make sure you get a little bit of bacon in every little bite. The other 1.5 cups of sour cream. You'll hear that? There's a dinosaur in this house. Spread that sour cream around. And then sprinkle the rest of the cheese over it. We're going to bake this in a 350-degree oven. That'll be fun to clean up later. Sour cream on the floor. A 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Our twice-baked potato casserole is out of the oven. This is what it looks like. And I cannot wait to dig into this creamy, cheesy bacon potato goodness.